Oh, this is one of our favourite races of all time. And race number 6, the Johnson Workwear Computer Form Sprint over 1,000 metres. Unfortunately, the news from Turffontein this morning is that number 1, Master Archie, will not be running, which is just such a great pity, because it would have been wonderful to see the champion come back and take on the likes of Princess Camellia, etc., in a race of this nature. So it's interesting. What the guys have then done with, from an amendment in terms of the market, is that number 9, Princess Camellia, is 15 to 10. I thought she'd be shorter, personally, but the boys will tell me reasons why she's not shorter. 10, Sheila, is 4 to 1. 4, Isi Vungu. Peter Muscat, you champion. Welcome to Johannesburg. It's lovely to have you here. Take the boys on. It's great to see that you've got the courage to come out and show them and to be with us here in Gauteng. We love it. 11 to 2 for Isi Vungu. Number 2, William Robertson, 8 to 1. 12, Gobsmacked, is 10 to 1. And then you've got 11, Big Burn, who's trading at 12 to 1. And then it's 14 to 1 and better about the others. I'm going straight to Gabriel Soma because you'll give us an idea from a market perspective. Pity Master Archie's not running. They're decent horses. It's a top-class lineup, Gabby. But Princess Camellia just seems to be incredibly good. She switches that engine on and she just flies. She can just take off at any time. Should she be 15 to 10? Should she be 2 to 1? Should she be even money? If you had to price up, what would you be laying punters?
I'd be more on the 2 to 1 side.
Okay.
There's reasons for that. Number one is, if you look at it, so firstly, top class filly, absolutely outstanding. Her last win was probably one of the performances of the season. But unfortunately, since that last win, it's been documented that she had 1 or 2 small issues, which is why she missed the Empress Club. I'm not going to go into details as to what it was, but personally, as a form studier and someone that takes prep into consideration in a big way, that's a little bit of a put-off for me, because it's never easy coming into a Group 1 race when you're not 100. And I'm not saying she's not close to peak fitness, but once you've had an issue in your preparation, it's hard to be 100% tuned up. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is, if you take a line through the Cape Flying Championships, the 1,000-meter Grade 1 in Cape Town, you'll have a look. There is very little between Bartholdi, Isi Vungu and Princess Camellia. Now, you're taking a horse like Bartholdi, you're taking 14 to 1.
Right.
You've got 15 to 10 Princess Camellia. That makes 0 sense to me. So there's value with Bartholdi at 14 to 1. I think he's a massive runner. His last start was 2 lengths off Master Archie, who was pretty much close to odds. I'm not sure what his price was before he got scratched, but he was a strong favourite.
Yes, they fancied it.
So I like Bartholdi, value at that price. Isi Vungu, big runner. My only concern with him, Cape Town, Durban, now Joburg. I'm really happy to see that Peter has brought him to Joburg.
Yes.
The top sprinters of the country should be here for the Johnson's Workwear Computer Form Sprint.
Absolutely,
it's a great race, and it's disappointing we haven't had more support. And one other horse that I think is going to run a massive race here is William Robertson. I know he's never tried 1,000 metres, but Pierce Stratham is a master in the computer form sprint. I think they're going to run him off his feet, and I think he'll finish pretty fast.
And it would be great to see Cornet Spiss bounce back to form in a Group 1 like this with William Robertson, right, Daryl? I mean, tell us now, what's your take on
obviously you have a look at the best weights at Clyde, and the filly's 7 pounds best in 3.5 kilograms ahead of William Robertson. But she hasn't earned that rating of 1,000 metres. What's in her favour is there's a lot of pace towards the outside, which she's going to just be tracking. And
that's like roll with the punches, right? You expect it to fly, jump out the gate.
Gobsmack, rolled with the punches, Big Burn, they've all got early tone. So the pace does appear to be towards outside. That's really going to suit her down to the ground. She can just sit off them. You know, her latest victory, like Abby says, was it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, she had that race sewn up 600 metres out.
Right.
She made above average sprinters look mediocre. So the biggest concern has to be the 1,000 metres and the preparation. For that reason, I've backed her up with William Robertson. I think he could actually transfer today, because this horse is really special.
And he's 8 to 1.
We saw in his comeback start, he's actually better with a little bit of cover. There's nothing that could go with him in the early stages. He was at the 800, he was exposed, he was in front. Now with a little bit of cover, we're going to see a different horse. You can just put a line through his latest start that was too soon, came too soon after his return from a layoff. And this horse, Clyde, has beaten Master Archie by 4 lengths in the past. I know Master Archie wasn't suited around the bend on that occasion, but we know he's got more than enough ability.
I suppose let me ask the final question. Then we're taking a break, I think. The final question, Gabby. Can there be a huge upset in the computer form?
Without a doubt, Clyde. It's
can.
a race that has thrown up major upsets.
Yeah.
So of course they can. Yes, there's no doubt about it.
All right, I just wanted to find that out because I'm sort of all in Princess Keller now. You know, that's where we are. But if I'm going to end up calling home 100 to go, here comes 100 to one shot, whatever it might be. I'm just asking the question to be prepared for it. But here we go. We're taking a break now. Firstly, I want to just remind you about our selections. And yeah, they are. We're taking a quick look. We'll put those slides up for you where we're going like this. Daryl Marie's got a pick 3 work for us. He's going 1, 2, 9 in this particular leg. And then he's going 1, 4, 11, 12. And then he's going 1, 2, 4, and 8. That's a pick 3 from Daryl Marie's side, starting here with race number 6. Okay, back with us, and so we move on pain-free into the next race. Race number 7, this is the World Sports Betting Premier's Champions Challenge. It's over 2,000 metres in the race, and watch the story with the market. I go to Daryl Marie first. This is a big one now, and Rain in Holland, wow, she was impressive. She came back to her best. They priced her up at 23 to 10. I haven't seen fractions like that for a very long time, 23 to 10, but it's 23 to 10. Those are the facts. 1 Billy Bowlegs 5 to 1. 1 Porto Manzano's 11 to 2. 6 Red Saxon, you'll get 10 to 1. 4 Nebras, you're going to get 10 to 1. And 3 Golden Ducat, you're going to end up getting around 12 to 1 or thereabouts. And Aragosta's in there at 14s. Number 3, 7 Litigation 14s. 13 Rule by Force 18s. 2 MK's Pride is 20. 9 Second Base 20. 8 Divine Odyssey 25. And number 10 Zeus is trading at 25 to 1. She came back to her best, Rain in Holland. I mean, went to the front, dictated pace, all that sort of stuff. And she was like, this is the Rain in Holland we know. And are you expecting her to do that today?
No, I'm not expecting her to go to the front because those aren't going to be the tactics according to the trainer. That's my where's the pace going to be here, Gabby? Is Litigation going to go? So I'm sure I heard Mr. Terry say he's not sending her to the front.
Yeah, so he definitely said that. I think it was on the Turf Talk show where he said that he's not. But I think MK's Pride would probably be the pace. I mean, they've kept the blinkers on him. Hard to see that over 2,000 metres he's not going to be the pace. Otherwise, you would expect one of Lawrence's horses to set a pace because he's got Porto Manzano. So either Litigation or MK's Pride.
And neither of them are going to stretch them out. I don't.
No, I don't think so. It's not. Look, it's nice to see there's a 13-horse field in the Champions Challenge, which has been well supported. So the bigger the field, the more the pace should be on. So let's hope that it's a good pace and may the best horse win.
Yeah. Claude, you know, when it comes to big races like this, I'm always a true believer of a perfect preparation.
Yeah.
And a horse like Puerto Manzano falls into that category. I think he's had 2 nice comebacks, firstly in the wire and then in the horse chestnut. He obviously showed massive improvement from his first return to his second start. My biggest concern is I've seen him move better in the past, and I'm just waiting to race time to see how he goes down to the start, because if he's moving well, he's going to be my first pick by quite some distance. I think he's actually going to run a huge race. He's going to be my first pick. I got healthy respect for the 3-year-old. Now I'm a little bit concerned because Gabby Soma has a share in Rule by Force, and he's tipping Red Saxon.
Yes.
So does he not give Billy Bowlegs any chance? I mean, Gabby, so you'd like to explain that thought?
Yes, so absolutely honoured to have a horse that finished 3rd in the Derby and now taking his chances in the Champions Challenge. Joe has put the blinkers on him, and Joe has said that his work has been outstanding and is expecting a good run. I am a form studier though, so my tips are based on form purely and preparations and stuff like that. And that's the reason I make Red Saxon my value bet on the card. I think he was around 12 to 1. I think that is a massive price for a horse that's had a perfect preparation into the race. Samanga has stuck with him. That is something that
you can get 4 to 1 a place now, by the way.
4 to 1 a place is huge. 4 to 1 a place is massive. I think his run in the Hawaii Stakes was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
It was so good that his second run he had to go off for his second run after race because he had a hard run.
Right.
I think a change of tactics, I think he will be a massive runner. Rain in Holland has to be respected. Porto Manzano has to be respected. But to answer your question, I think Billy Bowlegs is a massive runner, Daryl. I think his Derby run was fantastic. He came from way too far back. Unfortunately, the race just didn't plan the way it should have for him. And off draw 5, I think he's got to be respected. The 3-year-olds, the 2 3-year-olds that are in the race, it's lovely to see them here. This race was specifically moved off Derby Day to allow your top 3-year-olds the chance to run against the older horses in a Group 1 over 2,000 metres at Turffontein. The winner of the Derby hasn't come, but we've got the 2nd and 3rd placed horses. So it will be lovely to see where the 3-year-olds rank amongst the older horses. But he's a definite runner, and he's going into all my bets, Daryl.
Yeah, we saw that with Anfield's Rocket. He was far from disgraced. What was it in the Horse Chestnut?
100%.
So they are able to hold their own in open company.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating race.
It is.
Puerto Manzano, my topic, but I'll only get a bit of confidence or be put off after the Canton Pass.
Okay, well, we'll see. But Mark de Kock also shows up on these days, and his stable's starting to come back to form. They tell me Carlton Duck at the blinkers are all from Charles' comments, and that Aragosta had a virus, interrupted preparation. So, what's been happening, what you've seen of late, sort of been squeezed into. They're not ideal where they want to be in that case. But it's going to be a lovely race, and this is the plan around who is going to win. The big one, the World Sports Betting Premiers Champions Challenge. Here's a look at what our plan is with regards to race number 7. And Daryl Marie's got a jackpot going where he's going all of 1, 4, 11 and 12. He did say to me that, you know what, we may have to add the 6 Red Saxon in there because he's a massive runner by 1, 2, 4 and 8 by field, and then 1 at the back. And for that, if you take it that way, it's 178 Rand, 176 Rand per. And then Gabriel Somers also, I think we got something out of him as well. He says his best bet up earlier. Hopefully Max the Magician's arrived already. And the 7th race, if you're watching at Racetime Live, of course, but that he made his best. And his value bet is, in this case, is Red Saxon, who's trading at 10 to 1 the win and 2 to 1 the place. Welcome back, everybody. We're on to race number 8. Thank you for coming back to us. This is the Camellia Stakes now. It's over 1160 metres. There'll be 9 of them that line up. Yeah, listen to the horses behind us. Can you hear the horses neighing? Isn't that fantastic? They're here ready to come charged up and take the boys on. Okay, let's talk about it. With regard to the market, I'll give you an idea what the market is. And number 8, Kiss Me Captain, is 18 to 10 to win this year. Number 8 for the Azzy stable, Richard Foury's taken the ride. 3, Stiptelik is at 4 to 1 second choice. 4, Sweet Pepper is 5 to 1. And note that number 1, Bon Vivant, and number 5, Cold Fact, are trading at 8 to 1. So 8, Kiss Me Captain.
Yeah, she must have a big shot. Gabby's given his value bet for the day. Yaz, my value bet, Clyde. Number 2, Full Velocity. What price is she?
That's 16 to 1 at the moment.
Sure, I can't believe that.
16 to 1 and 3 to 1 a place.
Another one that's had a perfect preparation into this race, Clyde. She's best weighted. Have a look at the best weighted column. She's joint best weighted. Last time out, she ran behind Princess Color in the Senor Santa. She got beaten 6 lengths, Clyde.
Yes.
How far did Princess Color win?
Yes.
By 5 1/4 lengths.
Yes.
That was a great run.
You think that's Full Velocity there? That's just arrived now? No.
Full Velocity is a chestnut, Clyde.
Okay, I'm just asking. Looks lovely,
Okay.
though. Whoever that is, we'll find out who
Here's
that
a
horse is
best
that's going
weighted filly. It comes into the race having a peak run.
Yeah.
Great run last time out. I can't believe her current price. I'm going to say each way Full Velocity.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch on anything else.
Interesting. It comes out of the Senor Santa. Full Velocity was beaten 6 lengths. Not much has come to win yet from that perspective, but Daryl's picked up on something, Gabriel. So where does that leave you here? What are we doing?
Clyde, I like the horse that Daryl likes as well. I made her my first choice in the race.
Okay.
And that's pretty much why I'm laughing, because Daryl and I have certainly not discussed one race on the day, but it's nice to know that he also likes her. 16 to 1 is a ridiculous price, Clyde. On form, she can never be that price. She'll definitely be running on strong, and I'll be very disappointed if she's not in the first 3. Kiss Me Captain is a big runner. Richard takes the ride. It's the first time he'll be riding her, and you have to respect that. She's a high-class filly. And Brett Crawford has 2 fillies that come from Cape Town. They've never competed outside of Cape Town. They are 2 high-quality fillies. It's lovely to see them on the high veld. And a filly like Stiptelik, you've got to respect that she's run to Princess Color twice, both times under a length. That is massive. So a filly that you've got to respect. And those are the 4 horses I'll be putting in everything. I'll be very surprised if the winner comes out of those 4.
Okay, if let's see. Those are the 4 from Gabby's side. 2 Full Velocity, both being their first choices. Often people ask, do Daryl Marie and Darren Burrows have a conversation before they put selections together? They don't. They send it in separate WhatsApps. It goes to the producer. They put up the slides. Then they look at it, and then there's a discussion live on air. So Gabby, and as you know, Gabby has not discussed Full Velocity with Daryl. So, well, Darren Burrows is saying he likes Kiss Me Captain. He wants to go with that. Into Bless My Stars later on. Into Shangani. That's his treble of the day. And you can use some of that. And, of course, number 2, Full Velocity, you've heard, at those odds, 16 to 1 to win at the moment at 10 o'clock this morning or thereabouts, and 3 to 1 a place is certainly worth considering. Now we go on to the World Sports Betting Gerald Rosenberg Stakes. It's race number 9. This is the final leg of the Pick 6. We hope that if you're watching it this morning, have you got your Pick 6s ready? If you're watching it when it's race time, hopefully you're running in this Pick 6 now. Number 8, Bless My Stars, tops the boards at 2 to 1. 3, Gilded Butterfly is the 9 to 2 second choice. 5, Terra Time is at 13 to 2. Number 6, Bureau de Legend is at 7 to 1. 7, Bold Fortune is 8 to 1. And then you've got number 2, Light the Moon, who's trading at around 10 to 1, 12 to 1 and better about the others. What's happened to Light of the Moon?
She's coming back, Clyde.
Okay.
I was very encouraged with her later start. If you watch that replay, she certainly wasn't fading towards the end. She was rallying late. Strike will know her better.
Right.
I wouldn't be shocked to see her win a race of this nature because she's best weighted, Clyde. Have a look.
Yes.
Pink Tourmaline's another filly that could... Oh, is she a mare now? Yeah, she's a mare. That could improve. They fitted her with blinkers and a tongue tie. The 3-year-old, Clyde, Bless My Stars, you have to be very impressed. She was never in contention in the Oaks, out of her ground. I think they're going to push forward with her. She has had a busy campaign, but you know, she got the better of Feather Boa, and Feather Boa now is a 114. So I wouldn't read into the fact that she's out at the weight of here. I mean, she's only 1 kg out. She's in here with a huge shot. My biggest concern is she has been busy recently. And for that reason only, I'm leaning towards Gilded Butterfly, number 3. I think last time out, she had no assistance from the saddle. Just too much dead weight. Very impressed with her penultimate start. You can see the weight turnaround there. I think, what is it? 3.5 kilo. No, what is it? Anyway, she's well weighted over here.
Okay.
And I think with Keegan DeMello now taking the ride, you're going to get a huge run for your money. So I'm going 3, Gilded Butterfly, ahead of Bless My Stars.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also like Sprinkles at any price, comes out of the Humdinger. Of course, that was in a pinnacle where the likes of Desert Miracle we saw come from there and win. And there's a line one can use. Maybe it could be a bit of a surprise result. Gabriel, how do you see it?
Clyde, I'm more surprised and shocked that Daryl hasn't tipped a 3-year-old here than I would be to see an older horse win this race.
Okay, so
only 2 horses can win this race. Bless My Stars, a grade 1 winner.
Yes.
So please don't read into the best weighted column. The fact that she's a grade 1 winner 2 starts away, 2 starts ago, and still out at the weights with the filly like Light of the Moon, who last won a pinnacle in October 2022, is mind-boggling.
Okay.
Don't read it. Bless My Stars, very hard filly to beat, being a grade 1 winner. Her only danger is Emirates Gina at 16 to 1.
You kidding?
2 horses in the Pick 6s, jackpot.
Kidding? Emirates Gina at 16 to 1.
Win the race.
Is
I
that
want to
so?
race Gabby home, Emerald Gina versus Gilded Butterfly.
Pleasure. You name it.
Okay.
We got a bet.
Dinner.
Was
Emirates Gina.
Was it too far last time, Bless My Stars, the 2-4? Do you think that
Potentially could have been too far. Could have been too far out of her ground. The race didn't go well. It didn't go according to plan for her. She had to come from far back. Klachi is a grade 1 winner. She's taking on horses, and with respect to the rest of the field, decent fillies. A filly like Gilded Butterfly has won the Yellowwood Handicap. Talking about a grade 1 winner against listed class.
Right.
This is stealing money.
Okay. All right. So
Maybe I'm even
Bless My...
convinced, yeah.
You're switching. Bless My Stars. How's that? We're shouting that home then. Gabby's put us into it. The 3-year-old, the Dangers are 16. Is it 16 to 1? Emeragina, the last time I looked, I think it was. Emeragina, number 10, is 16 to 1. So there you go, guys. There's some value for you. Let's have a look. It's the final leg, and we're taking the play where Darren Burrows agrees 100% with Gabriel Soma that number 8, Bless My Stars, is going to win the 9th race here. My favourite race of the whole year is, I look forward to what was the OK Gold Bowl. You all know it, I'm sure, even if you're just coming to racing. Your parents will tell you about the OK Gold Bowl. It's now the World Sports Betting Gold Bowl. And why the OK Gold Bowl? Well, it was the equivalent of, in Johannesburg, the Durban July. It was fantastic. We had 25, 30,000 people in those days, and it was just unreal. It was a lovely race. And so from there, it's just built in terms of the kind of horses at the end of the day that come and participate. To be a 3-2, Daryl, you know, to stay that sort of distance, mother, father side, stamina, it's not an easy race to win the Gold Bowl, let me tell you. Not easy. My first Gold Bowl, just you'll tell me yours, but I commentated, if I recall correctly, the 1990 Gold Bowl won by Honey Chunk, owned by Joe Abrams.
Just shows your age.
I think it was Lucky Udalaka, Stephen Jupp, Robbie Sage, you know, all those guys. Yeah, tell me yours.
Was it Lucky Udalaka or Stephen Jupp?
Stephen Jupp, I think. I don't know.
Anyway, Clyde, what did OK Bazaars? What did you have to?
They had to get those coupons.
Yes,
you used to go to the groceries, and they used to give you coupons away. And the first 4 across the line, if you got there, hundreds of coupons
like a
away.
Mystery something?
Yeah, the first 4. If you got the first 4, then you get you won a house, or you won a this, or you won a. I can't remember what it was, but it was anyway. Can we find the winner now? Because if we happen to be doing our money, we're not worried about OK at the moment. We need to get cash back. What's the story?
Have a look at the net MR column. Now this Shangani's a net 116, right?
Yes.
Everything else in the race is under sufferance.
Right.
Net 108, which means Arumagum's 4 kilograms under sufferance. Every other horse is under sufferance. Last time out, you know, people talk in this game. There's rumours that float. I don't know how true it was, but they thought Keegan never went soon enough because he's a staying type. He builds into his stride. I don't think Keegan's going to be hanging around despite carrying 62 kilograms. He's gonna make it a testing.
And you've got Tababua in here too, who can make a testing.
Yeah,
you could.
But coming into the straight, I think Keegan's going to let this horse unwind. With everything else being under sufferance, I expect him to win. Clyde, am I going to be backing this horse on the nose? No, I'm not.
Not at 9 to 10?
No, I expect him to win.
But you expect him to win. Mr. Soma, tell us, your first Gold Bowl, can you remember your...
Unfortunately can't,
your first
but I've heard of the stories, what a brilliant race this used to be.
Yeah.
And, I mean, wouldn't it be an absolute pleasure in being able to get it to those heights again?
You will.
So a lot of thought.
We've got a lot of confidence in 4 racing. They will.
A race like the Gold Bowl over 3,200 is just a fantastic race. So, tough race to end the day. Shangani, as Daryl alluded to, is the best weighted horse in the race. But for me, it's hard to see a horse with 62 kilos winning over 3,200. It can be done, but at 12 to 10 is a little bit short.
9 to 10.
9 to 10. That's a little bit short. So, Clyde, I don't think I can remember when I last saw a 3-year-old in the race. I might be wrong, but nice to see a 3-year-old like Future Pearl in the race. He's come out of the Grade 1 SA Derby. He's finishing quite strongly. That run showed that he would definitely prefer further as a 3-year-old. With 50 kilos on his back, I know he's out at the waist, but at the end of the day, he can only do so much in a young career.
Sure.
And I think 7 or 8 or 10 to 1, he could be the get-out stakes come race 10.
Okay, Future Pearl, number 4 in the card, could be Gabriel's play. We're going to wrap it up. Future Pearl's a 7 to 1 shot at the moment. Right now, Shangani is trading at 9 to 10, and we look forward to the running of the World Sports Betting Gold Bowl over 3,200 metres. And race 10, the boys are saying Shangani, you know, that's ultimately the play. And don't forget that Gabby Soma is suggesting here that number 4, Future Pearl, may well be some value. That's the wrap from Weighted to Win. Trust it was a good one. Thank you all so much for watching on our World Sports Betting Championships finale, culmination of the season. It's going to be a super one.